Hi, my name is Olivia O, and I'm a sophomore in the Inclusive Early Childhood program here at BGSU.
Hi, my name is Renee Arledge. I'm also a sophomore, but in the graphic design program.
And today we'll be talking to you about how to live an environmentally friendly life. So I know there are different definitions in regards to living a sustainable life, and I'm assuming you've probably heard of all these four, but sometimes they all sound similar. You might get confused on what they really are, so I'm going to help clarify that for you. Sustainable living is for a lifestyle that uses as little resources as possible. So that could be something like, not using as much gas for your car, not using as much wood that goes into paper products, something like that. Um, Next, we have zero waste living, and that is for a lifestyle that aims to reduce the amount of trash that goes into the landfill. So it kind of goes along with sustainable living, but it is specifically designed for reducing the amount of trash. Eco-friendly it basically means earth-friendly or environmental friendly, or doing something that's not harmful to the environment. So it can include not throwing out as much trash, not using not doing something that can potentially harm the environment. Lastly, we have carbon footprint, and you probably heard this one before. And carbon footprint is refers to the amount of greenhouse gases, primarily carbon dioxide, that gets released into the air by sorry, by a particular human activity. So that can include, riding a bus, riding a car, um, burning something, etc. So next, I'm going to talk to you about 5 recycling mistakes that people make. Number 1, plastic bags are not recyclable. Often we think, not often, but I think sometimes people think that because something is plastic, it can always be recycled. That's not the case because although plastic bags are a type of plastic, because it's so thin, it's really hard to recycle. So instead of using plastic bags, try to use more paper-based bags or use reusable bags. Number 2, pizza boxes are not recyclable. I know there are signs in our residence hall that says do not throw out pizza boxes. And I used to think it's still paper, what's the problem? But the dirt or the grease on the pizza boxes make it really hard for them to be recycled. And if the leftover food or the grease gets onto the other recyclable materials, it can ruin them and make them not recyclable. So it's really better to throw them out in the trash pile than putting them with other recyclables. Number 3, shredded paper is not recyclable. Now, this is not always the case. There are some recycling places, plants that accept shredded paper. I think the one in Bowling Green does, but it's usually not recyclable because of how small these um, pieces are. So I'd recommend that you check with your local recycling plant first, and if they don't accept it, it's better to throw them out in the trash. Number 4, frozen food boxes are not recyclable. Now, this is because of the waxy coating on the frozen food boxes, because when they have the wax coatings on them, it makes it really, also, again, really hard to be recycled. So it's better to throw them out in the trash. This applies to any other paper products that have wax coatings on them, such as the hot cups for coffee. So just keep an eye out on what kind of paper products you use to reduce what goes into landfill. Number 5, you don't clean your recycling. This is because recycling facilities often don't clean out your recycling for you. So when you have something that have food or leftover shampoo, something like that, if it gets onto the other recyclable materials, it can ruin the whole batch and make everything not recyclable. So it is really important to just give them a good rinse before throwing them out. Another quick tip regarding recycling plastics, we see these signs on plastics, almost all plastic containers. But it's really important to know that just because it has this symbol not mean it's recyclable. For example, number 3, 4, 6, and 7, these are hardly recycled. Again, you should probably check with your local plant. It's better to not consume these plastics, number 3, 4, 6, and 7, because they don't get recycled anyways.
So here are 5 easy low waste swaps that are really easy to do even as a college student. So the first one is to bring a reusable water bottle or a reusable travel mug with you every day. This helps to eliminate plastic waste, and it can also help keep your drink cold or hot for longer. A really good option for water are any like stainless steel water bottles. They keep your drink cold for hours on end. And BG has a lot of water bottle, like automatic water bottle filling stations. And keeping your coffee or tea in a hot liquid safe travel mug helps keep it hot longer. And if you choose a spill proof one, it makes life easier for anybody who might be clumsy like I am. Number 2 is to bring a reusable shopping bag with you every day. They're usually something really easy and small it's really easy to just shove in your backpack. They don't take up a lot of space, but you never know when you might have to go to the grocery store, or you might need an extra bag, or you have something that doesn't fit in your backpack. Bringing a reusable shopping bag with you every day helps to eliminate plastic waste, and usually they're a lot bigger than plastic bags, so you can hold a lot more in one bag. And they're typically a lot stronger because it's not a thin plastic bag. A third swap is to keep a reusable straw with you. This helps to eliminate plastic straws, and there are a ton of options on the market that are really cheap and easy to find that clip onto your bag or keys. A great option that I found at Target, it's called Ello. It came with 4 foldable silicone straws and a little compartment that clips onto my keys. And it was about $10 for 4 straws and a carrying case, and a cleaning brush. It works really great, and so now I have an easy way to keep a straw with me, but there are a ton of other options on the market too. So number 4 is to try and carry your own utensil set. I've seen these everywhere from Etsy to Amazon. Uh, Everywhere on the internet, you can find reusable utensil sets. This helps eliminate the use of plasticware when you're out to eat. They're super easy and usually pretty lightweight to stick in your backpack. And you always have silverware no matter what. So in case you're at a fast food restaurant and they forget to give you silverware, you always have a backup. 5 is to shop secondhand clothing versus fast fashion stores. You can typically find high quality clothes for a lot cheaper than if you were to go to box stores. It helps to keep old clothes out of the landfill, and you can customize and revamp old clothes to fit your style. Another great option, especially for college students, is looking into doing a clothing swap with a group of friends. Get together and with a big bag of clothes that you no longer wear, and you all bring a bag of clothes, and you can all sort through and figure out what you want, and you just swap clothes. And then you end up not throwing away your clothes, and somebody else gets to give those clothes a new life. So here are some tips on how to reduce your carbon footprint. So what is a carbon footprint? I know Olivia touched on this a little bit before, but it is the total amount of greenhouse gas emissions that come from the production, use, and in life of a product or service. It includes carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and fluorinated gases. So how can you reduce your carbon footprint? Be aware of how you travel. Try carpooling or taking public transport whenever possible. Or on campus, try walking or riding a bike, or even renting a scooter when you're going short distances. This helps limit not only how much you're spending on gas, but also how many emissions you're releasing into the air. And it's usually pretty easy to find a friend who's willing to carpool. And if you're going to the same place, then why waste the gas money to go in two separate cars? Another way is to pay attention to your driving habits, to go easy on the gas and brakes when you're either at a stoplight and going or when you're coming to a stop. Regularly service your car. If you have something wrong with your car, it might not get as good gas mileage, or it might crap out on you, or maybe harming the environment more with releasing more toxic emissions. Regularly check your tire pressure. This helps with gas mileage. If you have the accurate amount of the accurate tire pressure in your tires, then your car is going to go a lot farther on the same tank of gas. And also remember to carpool if you possibly can. Thank you for listening to our presentation. For questions, you can contact Olivia at urino@bgsu.edu or me at reneepa@bgsu.edu. Also, the BGSU resource is the Office of Campus Sustainability. You can find that on the BG website, and they have a lot of great tips and resources on there as well. Thank you.
Thank you.